Insurance. This is Tony Cañas, Chief Motivational Officer at Insurance Nerds and PNC Client Advisor at the Jacobson Group. Today, I want to talk to you about why it's crucial that you stay humble, stay hungry, and most importantly, don't get arrogant. I have never seen an insurance talent market like we're living through today. In fact, there might never have been one like that in the past. With 3 times more boomers than expected retiring in 2020, we haven't done enough to fix our recruiting, engagement, and retention of young talent, and COVID throwing us headfirst into a remote-first world, making geography much less important than before for your job search. Lots and lots of people in insurance are making moves for big races. Where this inflation seems to be most pronounced is with young CPCUs, and that's exactly the group that I want to talk to you today. Over the last few months, I've met several brand new CPCUs telling me a version of the same story. They have 3 to 4 years of underwriting experience and got their CPCU and made a company change that put them in the 130 to 140,000 a year at 27 years old. They are living proof that the career advice we give at Insurance Nerds works. But they also made me worry that they're going to get themselves in trouble. What happens if the economy slows down in a couple of years and the insurance talent market softens? Maybe I can best explain with a hypothetical story of 2 young CPCUs. Let's call them Tom and Mary. They both finished their CPCU in early 2021 and made similar moves to the same department. They both have an RMI major and 3 years of underwriting experience and were thrilled to accept the $135,000 and senior underwriter titles. Theoretically, the senior underwriter title requires 8 to 10 years of underwriting experience, but the company desperately needed to bring them on, and given the crazy hot talent market, they asked for what turned out to be 55% raises. The company hadn't done a good job of investing in engaging its young talent and was desperate to fill the roles, so the hiring manager bent over backwards to convince management and HR to bring them on as senior underwriters in order to be within the pay band and to be able to hit the pay that they were asking for. This is where the similarities between the two stop. Tom gets arrogant. He takes his big promotion as proof positive that he's an incredible underwriter and that he's all but guaranteed to continue growing his salary. He stops investing in himself. After all, he has his CPCU. Even worse, he acts as if the company owes him for accepting the role when he had multiple offers, and just doesn't act like a team player who's happy to be there. He continues networking up to the leadership, but ignores his peers and doesn't help those who were not as lucky as him and started in the call center, in entry-level claims, or the processing center. He spends $20,000 on an engagement ring, 2 months' salary, and buys a luxury downtown condo where his part of the mortgage is 30% of his take-home pay. And he trades in his 5-year-old Toyota and leases a Tesla. Mary, on the other hand, realizes that she's gotten very lucky very early on in her career and is very careful to not get arrogant. She reminds herself every day to continue being a lifelong learner, continue investing in herself. She's very aware of the fact that she's currently a beneficiary of an unnaturally hot talent market within insurance, and that it very well might not last forever. She finds a great internal mentor, continues working on getting external mentors through the CPCU Society. She becomes active in the society both locally and nationally. She gives back by volunteering for the company's United Way campaign and by helping other young employees in the company grow. In her personal life, she moves to a nicer apartment and starts saving for the down payment for a moderate house. She also maxes out her 401k savings. In mid-2023, there's a major shakeup in the economy and a bunch of companies lay people off. Insurance holds strong as usual, but some cuts are made, and guess who is likely to be the very first person downsized? That's right. As the company looks at cutting costs, the overpaid, young, arrogant senior underwriter Tom is the first one to get the boot. He's in deep trouble. It's not that he won't be able to find another job. It's that his next job is likely going to pay significantly less than the one he had. And the expensive lifestyle that he had built on the old assumptions will be impossible to afford and very difficult to downsize since he has taken on fixed expenses like a lease and a mortgage and left himself no wiggle room. Whether Mary gets downsized or not, she'll be fine. Since she has continued investing in herself and has always been a positive force in the company, the leadership really wants to keep her. Even if she gets downsized, she has a great parachute on her back, and Even if her next job pays less than her old job, her expenses hadn't changed that much, and she can afford it. Dear young hotshot CPCU, stay humble, stay hungry, be like Mary. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that this was helpful.